Number 8. The 71 Continental Mark III was the final year of Ford's grand entrance into the personal luxury coupe wars, and what an exit it was. Born in 1969 to challenge the Cadillac Eldorado, the Mark III wasn't just a car, it was a rolling statement. Long, low, and dripping in chrome like it just came from a jewelry store for giants. Under that opera-windowed, hideaway headlighted elegance was Ford's mighty 460 V8, pushing out a healthy 365 horsepower. That meant 0 to 60 came in a respectable 8.5 seconds. Not bad for a 2-ton lounge on wheels. Inside, the Mark III was the pure luxury lounge. You got deep leather seats, thick carpeting, wood-trimmed everything, and even a Cartier-signed clock, because what's more luxurious than a timepiece that never ticks on time? Number 7. The Monte Carlo debuted in 1970 as Chevy's answer to the rising demand for personal luxury, but the SS 454 version. That was for folks who liked their comfort with a side of tire smoke. Nestled under its long sculpted hood was the legendary LS5 454 Big Block V8, delivering a hearty 365 horsepower and 500 torque. That kind of muscle meant it could hustle from 0 to 60 in around 6.5 seconds. Not bad for a car that looked like it just rolled out of a steakhouse parking lot with Sinatra on the 8-track. What made the 1971 version special was its last call as a true muscle luxury blend. It came with beefier suspension, turbo-hydromatic transmission, a 12-bolt rear axle, and SS badges that actually meant something. The interior? Pure class for the era. Wood grain trim, bucket seats, and an optional 4-spoke sport steering wheel that made you feel like a captain commanding the asphalt seas. Number 6. This was the final year of the second-gen Riviera, and Buick made sure it went out with a proper growl. The GS was the Riviera's athletic trim, and under its crisply sculpted hood sat the massive 455 V8. In GS trim, especially with the Stage 1 option, it cranked out a pavement-wrinkling 370 horsepower and a neck-snapping 510 torque, enough to move this luxury land missile from 0 to 60 in just 7 seconds. The Riviera wasn't just about brute force, though. It had class, long, flowing lines, and a fastback roofline that made it look like a mafia boss's yacht. Inside, it was all plush carpets, chrome accents, and power everything. If you were cruising the boulevard in one of these, you weren't just going somewhere. You arrived. The 70 Riviera was the last of the more traditionally styled models before the radical boat-tail design took over in 71. Number 5. The Cougar started life in the late 60s as Mercury's upscale pony car, a more polished cousin to the Mustang. But by 1971, things got a bit wilder. Enter the XR7 with the optional 429 Cobra Jet V8, a monstrous 429 big block capable of producing 370 horsepower and a sledgehammer-like 450 torque. That meant a 0 to 60 time of around 6.5 seconds, which is especially impressive considering this kitty had on its Sunday best. The XR7 trim meant you got luxury touches like leather seats, a wood grain dashboard, and enough chrome to reflect your entire neighborhood. It was a car that could take you to the opera one night and the drag strip the next morning. No wardrobe change required. Very few 1971 Cougars were ordered with the 429 Cobra Jet, especially in XR7 trim, making them a rare sight today. Number 4. Born from a collaboration between Chrysler and legendary performance parts company Hearst, this special edition land yacht took the already impressive 300 and gave it an extra shot of attitude. Under the hood was Chrysler's mighty 440 TNT V8, delivering a stout 375 horsepower and 480 torque, paired with a heavy-duty torque flight automatic. That much muscle meant 0 to 60 in just 7.1 seconds, which was flying for a car that stretched over 18 feet and looked like it could double as a luxury aircraft carrier. What really set the 300 Hearst apart was its look, a two-tone white and gold paint job, a fiberglass hood with a power bulge and a trunk lid spoiler integrated into the rear fenders that looked like something out of a 1970s sci-fi flick. Inside, it was all Chrysler luxury, bucket seats, center console, and enough space to host a small dinner party. Despite the Hearst name, the 300 Hearst didn't come with a manual transmission, just the bulletproof 727 automatic. Number 3. While the standard Sport Fury GT came with a potent 440 Super Commando, a few lucky buyers ticked the ultra-rare box for the 443 6-barrel setup. 3 hungry Holley 2-barrel carbs sitting atop the massive 440 V8, good for a factory-rated 390 horsepower and a mind-bending 490 torque. What made the 6-pack Sport Fury GT so wild wasn't just the performance, it was the stealth factor. From a distance, it looked like a stately land yacht your uncle might take to the country club. But get closer, and you'd notice the twin hood scoops, 446-pack callouts, and that unmistakable Mopar growl that said, "I'm not here to play shuffleboard." Only 66 units of Sport Fury GTs were ever factory-built with the 6-pack option. Number 2. Cadillac had already made waves with its front-wheel drive Eldorado in 1967, but by 1970, they went full send by dropping in the largest production engine ever stuffed into a passenger car, the monstrous 500 V8. This torque-happy giant produced 400 horsepower and an ocean-moving 550 torque, making it feel like you were driving a living room strapped to a rocket booster. Despite tipping the scales at over 4,800 pounds, this plush beast could hit 0 to 60 in around 7.7 seconds, which is impressive considering it had the aerodynamics of a brick wrapped in leather. Inside, the Eldorado was a rolling penthouse suite, power everything, thick carpeting, walnut trim, and enough seat padding to qualify as a lazy boy. The front-wheel drive layout meant a flat floor for maximum comfort, and the sheer smoothness of the ride made it feel like you were floating above the road. Number 1. Born in 1966 as the first American front-drive car since the Cord 810, the Toronado shocked everyone by not only handling well for its size, but also packing serious heat. By 1970, Olds had gone full mad scientist with the W34 performance package. At the heart of this behemoth was the 455 Rocket V8, tuned to crank out 400 horsepower and a mountain-flattening 500 torque. That was enough to fling this nearly 2-ton beast from 0 to 60 in 7.7 seconds. The GTW34 came with goodies like a special camshaft, a performance torque converter, dual exhaust, and a wild vacuum-operated air intake that opened up at full throttle to let the big rocket inhale like a track sprinter. And the best part? It still had all the comfort of a Cadillac rival. Power seats, plush carpeting, and a dashboard that looked like it came off the Starship Enterprise. The W34 package was so rare that only around 5,341 GTs were produced in 1970.